Yo, what is up? It is your boy Asher back again with another video. Now today, this video is going to be taking place in London. Now this is going to be a very unique video because honestly I have not spoken about serial killers at all on this channel, and I think it's going to be very interesting, you know, because I mean, hey, it's my first video on a killer, you know. I always speak about like other things, so I just thought, you know, let me do something different. This takes place in the 1800s and it is in London, and to be specific, is in Whitechapel, London. Now during this time, Whitechapel, London, like just London in general, was horrible. Like we have crimes on every corner, we have killings, you know. Whoa. We have racist people just walking around, you know, being racist, saying all these racial slurs or whatnot, and that's horrible. I mean, yeah, we got that everywhere, especially around, you know, 1800s, 1900s. We have racist people, but primarily, you know, we're dealing with London, and it was just horrible overall. You know, there's trash everywhere, and people just didn't really care. You know, you would see prostitutes just walking about, you know, just trying to pick up somebody, just you know, because they have to get some money somehow, I guess, you know. So they're just like walking about, and it's just horrible overall, you know. And the police officers around that time, like, they just been handling cases. It's just been so overwhelming for them. But this guy who we're going to be talking about today goes by the name Jack the Ripper. Now, if you guys are really into like crime, and I mean just like cases and just things like that, you know, the mysterious serial killer stories or whatnot, you probably have heard this guy's name before, and he goes by a bunch of other names too. So another name he goes by is the Whitechapel Murderer, because obviously, like I said, this is taking place in Whitechapel, London. And the Leather Apron, and I don't know why they call him the Leather Apron, to be honest. I guess he's wearing a leather apron, I have no idea. But this guy is also, you know, he's unknown. Like, if you're wondering where he got the name Jack the Ripper, so Jack the Ripper was taken from like a letter that he wrote. And the sign, like the people who were behind it, you know, the investigators, the police, you know, they just kind of put things together. Like, okay, let's just call him Jack the Ripper, I guess, you know, because they had no idea who he was. So, you know, they had to put a name with it. So it was taken off from one of his letters. So he would write letters after his killings. He would write letters like, hey, you know, I did this. And further on in the video, I'm going to read a letter to you guys just stating, you know, how he was. And, you know, I'm just going to state it out right now. He was really bad with grammar. Like, this guy could not speak at all. I mean, not speak, but he could not write at all. Like, he was really bad. Although there were numerous counts of murders going on, the police just couldn't wrap their heads around this particular murder scene, because it seems like after every single murder, it was like a pattern, like how he did it. So he would slit the throats of the people that he murdered. And to be specific, the people that he murdered were prostitutes. They were women. There was like no guys at all. It was just straight prostitutes. And I don't know why. I guess he liked women. I don't know. Maybe he raped them or something like that and just killed them. I know that sounds horrible. I guess that just sounds really bad. But hey, I mean, there's people out there that are just crazy and they do that stuff. So in total, police recorded Jack the Ripper has murdered 5 people. And according to like other sources as well, they've said that it has been a total of 11 people. But let's just go with what the police are saying right now. I know I honestly do not trust the police at all, but hey, we just gotta trust them for this video. So these 5 people were known as the Canonical 5, which means that they were like pretty much on his hit list. So, you know, cannon, you know, you shoot cannon. So, I mean, they were on his hit list, so there must have been some incentive behind it. Although 5 deaths hardly compared to the modern serial killers like Ted Bundy, for example. What distinguishes this murderer from the rest is that he would oftentimes cut the victims to pieces, literally. Like, he would cut them. Like, the police officers would hardly like recognize their faces. That's how bad it was. Like, they were just slashes all over their face, and wow, that's just horrible. I cannot imagine that at all. But there's just slashes all over his face, all over the victims' faces. There are slashes. Or he would make incisions on the body and thus removing the organs. And honestly, we still do not know until like to this day why he would take out the organs or whatnot. Maybe he'd sell them on the black market, but I doubt it. and these incisions were very precise, giving us clues that he may have been a doctor or some sort of like butcher, what do we call it, butcher, one of those people who cut meat and whatnot. So I mean, there's some clues there, but you know, it doesn't quite answer who this guy is, like who is Jack the Ripper. So after he would do these killings, sometimes he would leave back letters, and one of his most famous letters was named the letter from hell, or the from hell letter. And what was crazy was this letter that he pretty much gave to the police. He didn't give it to him, obviously, but he left it for the police. It had a half of a kidney in it. So the letter pretty much stated that this is what it said: I sent you half the kidney, and bear with me on this because like it was horrible, like how he spelled things. So I sent you half the kidney I took from one woman, preserved it for you. The other piece I fried and ate it. It was very nice. I may send you the bloody knife that took it out if you only wait a while longer. And then it was like signed. So I mean, you can tell like just how I was reading it, and I put a picture up there, you know, that this guy was horrible with spelling. But hey, I mean, he's clearly good at cutting and whatnot. So now that, you know, we hear all these things about Jack the Ripper, now let's get into the theories of who it could be. Now, John Druitt was a verified sexual insane doctor. About a month later, after the Ripper's last letter, the doctor was found dead in a river. The doctor was very educated, and he may have been the author of the letter from hell. And I kind of doubt that, because I mean, hey, I just read that thing and it was Serene Kozłowski was a Polish immigrant who was known for murdering 3 of his wives with poison. He was then hanged for those crimes. James Maybrick was a wealthy man who stated in his diary that he only killed women due to his wife cheating on him. And also, you know, that could be anybody really, but what kind of gave it away somewhat was in the diary he literally stated that he's referring to himself as Jack the Ripper. Like he literally wrote Jack the Ripper in his diary. So I'm like, I mean, doesn't take a genius to connect the dots here. But anyways, what do you think? Who do you think it is? Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. And if you like this story, make sure to click on this, because it is going to be talking about a time traveler. And if you guys know me, you know I like time travelers. And also click on this video as well, because these birds are like crazy or whatnot. But just click on either one of these videos and let me know what you think. Peace.